Welcome, everyone, to the Holstein House podcast. I'm the West Virginia woman, Robin, of RobinHolstein.com and Holstein House, where my guests get a great night's sleep at a fair rate plus breakfast. This is a podcast that looks at society and culture issues affecting families in West Virginia and the United States, from food preparation and storage, gardening, home repairs, current events, and more. We'll go around the table and back in 60 minutes or less. So let's hang out and talk a while. Good morning. It's Friday. Hey, did that sound weird to you? Did that kind of intro music stuff kind of slow down? I'm not. I heard it, but I'm not sure if everybody else did or not. I am Robin. For those of you who don't know, I'm Robin. I'm the proprietor here at Holstein House. It's a small B&B in Kanawha County, West Virginia. And this is the Holstein House broadcast. You kind of probably figured that out yourself. It is Friday, July the 28th. It's the last Friday of the month. And we've got a busy weekend coming. We have a guest coming this evening. I have a ton of stuff to get done before she gets here. I've just been so busy, and I've been doing some canning and stuff, so I don't have everything quite ready for her, but it will be by the time she gets here. And there's another stupid gnat. It's a gnat, or it's a floater in my eye. I think it's a gnat, though. If you're watching over on Rumble, I hope you will comment. I do have a screen open on Rumble, but I don't, the StreamYard doesn't show me any comments from over there. So I have to kind of turn my head and look and see if there's anybody checking it out over there. So if you're over there, please bear with me. I also have my Telegram group open, and I'll be checking it as well if there's anybody over there. I really appreciate you guys joining in. Please be sure and say hello. If you see some spammers, please ignore them. I'm going to try to catch that. I am, it looks like I have one of my first true spammers over here, so I'm going to block that person, and hopefully you won't be able to see them, and I will. Let's see if I can delete the comment there. It wasn't filthy, it was just spam. So, oops, get back on their comments. I do appreciate you all being here and chiming in this morning. So we're going to talk about, I'm sorry to take so long to get to it. I know that's a gnat. That's crazy. They're crazy. So today we're pretty much going to be catching up on things that's been going on this week here at Holstein House, and talk a little bit about whatever comes to mind today. I don't have a lot on Fridays. I don't have a lot of hard and fast rules other than no spam, no filth. And I do appreciate when you guys adhere to that. And I know it's a free world, and be whoever you want to be, but I prefer not to have the colorful language on my sites. So we're going to be catching up on a few things from the week, answering questions you might have on hosting a B&B from your home or from your homestead, food preparation questions, storage questions, or how things are going on here in my little homestead. If you have Telegram and you would like to join our group over there, it's t.me/Holstein House. That's one word, Holstein House. And if you ever need to find where I'm at, let's say something happens, somebody says something bad, I get banned on the channel or something. Not likely, but you can go to RobinHolstein.com and go to the contact page and see all the ways you can reach me. I hope the introductory music wasn't too loud. I was tinkering around with some stuff the other day and noticed that on the YouTube the introductory music is kind of really low, but then over on the podcast over on Fountain, it seems to be about right. So I think I've got it dialed up a little bit, but man, I hope I'm not blasting people off over in the podcast world. I did mention this the other day. I did add a new podcast platform. It's called Pocket Cast. I believe it's POCKETCAST, Pocket Cast. And I added that at the request of Julie, who was having trouble with Fountain in her area. It wasn't cooperating very well for her. It would show the um, podcast front page, landing page, but it didn't show any episodes for her. So Fountain was acting kind of flaky. And she let me know, and I was able to go in and add Pocket Cast. So it's the Holstein House podcast over on Pocket Cast. Well, today being Friday is an INR day, which means I go over or I get with Dad when he's up to it. He comes over here, helps get him out of the house. When he's not up to it, I go over there and do his little finger stick. It's kind of like a blood sugar test, but it tests his how thin his blood is, and because he takes warfarin, where he's had some blood clots before. Um, but Dad's not been feeling very well because of arthritis in his back and his hip, and so since he was in the hospital a few weeks ago, he hasn't been out of he's been out of the house to the front porch, but he's not been off his front porch in like 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and so we got to talking the other day, and I told him, I said, you're going to have to get moving around, and it really hurts him. And we both have several of the same doctors, and our general practitioner will sometimes put a cortisone shot in his hip, but it doesn't help a whole lot. And Dad's where he won't. Good morning, Hunter. Good to see you. Did you see my little spammer there? I had a spammer. Oh, it's terrible when you're excited about having a spammer. But Dad's not moving around very well at all. I tried to encourage him to use his walker. He's a walker because he fell a couple years ago really bad, and he was encouraged to use a walker for a while, and then he was pretty much on a cane all the time. And I've tried to encourage him to use the walker around the house. He says it helps some, but he doesn't use it. He's not, like I said, he's not being going off the porch. So I told him, I said, the next thing is to put a ramp on the front of the house, and you're going to be in a chair anytime we go anywhere. And I don't think he liked that. I don't like it either. But okay. You the you didn't see the spammer. Well, you know, yeah. Moving on up. Moving on up. I got a spammer. It wasn't one of those filthy ones. He was just trying to get people to click links and do stuff. So that's all right. But I'm concerned about Dad. He's not getting around. I'm afraid he's going to get housebound, and then he'll end up being bedfast, and this is not good. Um, so I had made an appointment. I called the doctor, and we have to take him into the physician to get a referral, which is stupid. His physician knows exactly what's going on. But when I called yesterday and talked to the office staff, I said, we need a referral, and I gave the name of the rheumatologist that that Wayne and I go to. And she says, "Oh, well, to do that, you have to have an office visit." And I thought, there you go. There you go. More money. Now, Dad doesn't have much of a copay, so it's not a big deal, but they get to hit the insurance, for an office visit. And I mean, I like our general practitioner, but he's out of his league on this particular issue with Dad's back and his hip. And we just need to get someone who can work on that better. So I'll be taking Dad in on Tuesday to the rheumatologist Tuesday afternoon. So we'll still do our live on Tuesday, but it's just another doctor's appointment. It's just insane, and it's exhausting. And I don't want to be that way about it, but it is. It's exhausting. He'll have I'll take him to his general practitioner on Tuesday. We'll find out about the referral. We get that appointment made. Then on let me see, where's my calendar? There's the August, so that'll be August the 1st. Then the next week, uh, I take him to two appointments, one to his pulmonologist and one to his cardiologist. And so that's two appointments the next week. And whatever time this rheumatologist is going to be, then it's about time for a regular appointment with his general practitioner. It's insane. So I thought I was going to get a couple weeks of a breather, with our Wednesday, Tuesday, and Thursday things at the church being finished, but nope, nope. And I'm going to have to get a wheelchair. I think I know where there's one that we can use if it's not locked up and dry rotted and stuff. It's in the Ramsey house. Haven't had it out. I have to get that out, but I'm going to have to put the chair in the car and take him. Because he said he can't. He actually wanted me to cancel his rheumatologist or his cardiologist and his pulmonologist appointments because he said I can't walk in there. And I said we can't start canceling these appointments because you can't move around. You're going to have to be in a wheelchair. So I have to get him down the stairs off of his front porch into the car, and then take the wheelchair so that I can push him into the appointments. So these are all stages of life that you go through, and I'm in that chapter of life. I'm in the chapter where taking care of Dad. So my concern is if he gets bed fast, I don't know what to do. My house, the bedrooms are upstairs. I can bring him over here. I can convert the dining room over to a bedroom for him. But I really shouldn't say but. I don't mean but as in I don't want to, but he's not going to be happy with that. He can't stay in his own house. There's a long story there. He can't stay in his own house if he's bedfast. It's just not going to work. That's for another day, maybe, to talk about. But the doghouse, if we could get the doghouse roofed and done, I don't think he could stay there. He would still have to have somebody in there taking care of him. So it probably end up over here. And I mentioned it to Mr. Holstein. I said, I'm afraid if he ends up bedfast, he can't stay over there. He'll end up with a bed sore, and it'll get infected, and he'll be gone. And it's just another thing. I love my dad. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I wouldn't take care of him. I will. I'm just trying to process all this and think it all through, and think, okay, what do I have to get ready for? So, yeah. I mean, I'd rather have him here than not. So, but I think I mentioned we've got guests arriving this evening. She has marked it as 2 guests. That's kind of the default. So I'm not sure if it's just one young lady or 2. She has it appears that she has English as a second language based on how her inquiry on for the room was worded. It was, I think she's from Korea. And this is not bad either. It's just the way she worded her inquiry, it was broken English, and then Airbnb wanted to know if I wanted to translate. So I think it'll be fine. We've done this before. It's just it can be a challenge. In a bit out of the loop. Is Dad sick or just getting old? Oh, Hunter, it's a little bit of both. Dad had a sick spell about a month ago, and we ended up at the hospital. And he thought it was his heart, but the ER said no, there was nothing going on with his heart. It looks to be his lungs. He has had a blood clot many years ago to the lungs, so he already sees a pulmonologist. But he wanted to wait. He didn't want to move up his appointment, and so he has a regularly scheduled appointment, not next week, but the week after, with the pulmonologist. He sees the cardiologist because he has a stent put in, heavy smoker, um, but those things have been stable. Now he is up there. He on the 4th of August he will be 83. He has arthritis in his lower back and hip. Um, he's been a mechanic, welder, um, just about all of his career. He drove trucks, semi trucks, and liquid tanker truck things for a little bit because working in the mines, there were usually strikes. There's not strikes like there used to be. It used to be every 4 years there was a big long strike. And so he would do all these things in between. But he is, since he went to the hospital about a month ago, he's not been off the front porch. So he's staying in the house in his recliner for the most part, not walking around, says it hurts really bad. And um, so it's both. It's his age, and he's not sick, but he's um, age is catching up with him. So if he doesn't move around, he's going to be, for lack of a better word, locked up. He's not going to be able to move around. He doesn't walk 5 yards at any one time. I mean, it's just mm, maybe a couple yards from his bed to the bathroom that he uses. Then maybe a couple more yards to where he sits most of the day. And I don't know, maybe 4 yards from his chair to the kitchen. So he's not walking enough, and his back and legs and hip just hurt from the arthritis in the bone. He might need a hip replacement, but I don't know if he'd be able to. I don't know if he's healthy enough to do a hip replacement. And he doesn't listen. He doesn't take his medication the way he should. Um, the doctor prescribes it and says, do this. And Dad thinks if it doesn't work immediately, that he's not going to take it. And some of these things, I know for me, I take in some NSAIDs for my arthritis, and you have to give them some time to build up a little bit. And I can really tell when I miss them, because it just, if I miss my NSAIDs for a day or so, then I'm in a lot of trouble. So it's that. And while I do have siblings and stuff and people that should be able to help, they don't. They don't. I mean, I have half sister that lives over there with him, but it's a long story. It's not a healthy environment over there, and I mean physically, it's not. It's bad. It's bad. So, but that's not for today. We don't want to get into all of that. But I do have a guest coming this evening. She's supposed to be here for 4 nights. So she'll be here tonight, Saturday night, Sunday night, Monday night, and leave out on Tuesday morning. And so she'll leave out, and I'll do the live show as long as there's nothing going on with Dad, and then I'll get the room turned. Then I have someone else coming on Wednesday, and normally I don't like them that close, but this young lady had asked because she was trying to book multiple nights, and the last night of her stay was set so that she couldn't book. Because it was right up against someone else coming in. And so I went ahead and opened that up and let her come. And letting her come. So I'll have to turn everything really quick Tuesday and get set back up. And I'm looking forward to it. I haven't had a guest in a couple weeks, and I enjoy having them. It's gonna be another stressful few days, but only because of all the other stuff that's going on too. I was going to participate in the community yard sale again tomorrow, but it looks like it's going to storm. I've been watching the weather, and it just looks like it's going to storm. So I'm just going to try to get everything put away. I've got my front porch is a mess, and I got to get that cleaned up before my guest gets here. But that was, anticipating a yard sale tomorrow. But I'm going to get that put up because I think we're going to have storms. I still haven't had anything from AirBTC. Remember, we talked about that um, maybe or that I'm connected. I have an account with AirBTC, and I haven't had anybody inquire from there yet. But I'm looking forward to that. Hunter says, "Ha, maybe that's a man thing, wanting results now." Yeah, it may be a man thing. It may be a man thing. He's like me, or I'm like him, I guess, since he's my dad. I don't like things that make my mind fuzzy or makes me lightheaded or anything like that. So the good stuff that they give you sometimes, I don't like to take it either. And I have worked with my doctors to find something that helps without that. Now, um, Dad has had some of the good stuff prescribed before, and he won't take it, you know, because it makes him lightheaded. But the doctor has told him, well, if you do it if you do it a certain way, it should help. Well, it's funny. He says he can take some Tylenol and it helps better than the other stuff. And I said, well, okay. He says, well, if I take it when I get up in the mornings, he said it takes a couple hours for it to help. And I said, well, then take it earlier. And he said, what do you mean? I said, well, don't you get up in the night? I mean, guys of a certain age tend to get up, a couple times in the night. And he said, yeah. And I said, well, take it when you get up in the night, and you know, go to the bathroom. When you come back, keep a bottle of water by your bed, and keep your Tylenol by the bed, and take it when you do that. And then maybe by the time you get up in the morning, it will have worked enough to help you get around. Logically, that should happen. But he says no, it doesn't help him. So I'm wondering how much of taking it at after he gets up for the last time in the mornings and gets up to have breakfast and stuff is just what is it? Placebo effect. I don't know. And I can't, we try, he's tried those herbal things. He's tried Relaxium for sleep. I think he takes it. What's that other one that Glenn Beck advertises for pain? He's taken that, and I don't think it helped. But it's arthritis, and it's bone on bone, and then his spine where he's got decompression in the vertebrae, and it's bone on bone there too. So yeah, I know it's painful. I know it's painful, but you also have to keep moving, especially when you've got osteoarthritis. Osteoarthritis will make you really stiff and sore until you get up and move around. I take a shower every morning. I've done that since puberty. Once I started paying attention to body odor, armpits and stuff. I take a shower of the mornings, and it helps me loosen up and it helps me move around easier. And I've mentioned that to him, but he doesn't want to do that either. You guys, I swear, you're something else. So there was something else. Oh, I've got him those tens unit things that you look electric, because you can get them over the counter now. And I used to have one for my back, and he won't use it because he says he can't reach his back to put them on. And I said, well, have Nick, which is my nephew. He's 20 something and he lives there. I said, have him put those on you. And he just kind of looked at me. I said, well, if it helps. He's had back massagers. He's had those things you put in a chair that heat your back up, and I mean, he's had all those things, and some of them work, some of them don't. He's had plantar fasciitis in the feet, and I got him a thing to set his feet on, and you plug it in, and it massages your heels and stuff. It's supposed to help that. And he I know he didn't use it. He says he tried it, but I know he didn't use it. So, but it's just one of those things. It's the chapter in life I'm in, and I know there's a lot of people my age out there that are doing the same thing, and I will say a lot of women. Not that men don't or can't. It just doesn't tend to happen that way, and it is the cultural and evolutionary um, fact of life for most of us that women tend to be the caregivers and men tend to be the providers. And dad's been a provider all of his life, and mom's been gone several years now, and so it's on me to take care of dad. And I'm okay with that. I'm just there's a lot going on, and sometimes you just talk about, well, girls talk about it. You guys don't tend to talk about stuff too much. Not like that anyway. But I'd rather be doing this than not have him here. So I'm as uh, as challenging as it can be. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take care of my dad. I'm gonna take care of my daddy. I'm a daddy's girl. Make no apologies for that. Ever, ever. I'll make no apologies for that. The garden out back. Did I show you? Oh, let me see if I can share this. I know I can. Just hang on with me. I'm going to. I told you the other day that I needed to take a picture of my of the arch where I've got the tomatoes. When did I take that picture? It was. Oh, now I know that's there. Why don't I see it? Where is it? I took it. I swear I took it like yesterday or the day before. Where is it? Ah, shoot. This is just not right. I know I took those pictures and I didn't delete them. Oh, I bet I did delete them. Shoot. I took a picture of the arch with the tomatoes on it, and now I'm trying to find it to show you, and I don't see it. And my dummy me, I bet I've deleted it before I synced my phone. Ah, hate when I do stuff like that. Yes, exactly what I've done. Oh, no, there it is. It wasn't a picture, it was a video. Let me see, where is it? These are all pictures. These aren't my videos. Let me do it this way. I'm sorry. I thought I had just taken a snapshot of it, and what I've done is I've done the little short video, and I need to find it. So the tomatoes, the cherry tomatoes that are growing on it are finally um, starting to ascend the sides of it. And I know a lot of folks out there, you guys have um, taken like garden fence, and you've arched it over and put it, and made it work. I didn't have any garden fence to do that. And where's my camera? Darn, just having a a morning. Let me see. There it is, camera roll. But and so I wanted to do that with the arch thing and with the fence, and make an arch with the um, uh, fence and some fence stakes, one on each corner. Oh, now don't be this way. let's see. But I didn't have it. I didn't have anything I couldn't do. I didn't have what I needed to do that. But I used a regular garden arch that you can get, and I ended up getting it from a neighbor who, oh, Robin, why can't you find that? Well, boogers. I can't find it, and I'm not going to waste any more time on this trying to dig it out. Um, no, rats. I'm sorry. Anyways, it was doing pretty good. Um, the tomatoes are doing fine. Um, I've got it here on the dumb phone, but I don't think I can. I don't think I can get it shown to you. No, I'm sorry. I'm trying to. I know I'm wearing some of you guys out. I know you can't see it, um, and there's going to be a glare, but the oh darn it, the arch is here, and the ah, I'm just not going to have any luck with this. Anyway, the tomatoes are starting to try to grow up. They're growing up the arch. It's fine. Sorry, sorry. But they're doing all right, and I'm getting 3 or 4 little cherry tomatoes ripening up off of each plant now. My early girl tomatoes are not very big, but they're finally starting to turn a little bit, so I'm going ahead and picking them. My sweet peppers are done. They're just not doing anything at all. And the ducks and the groundhog are eating the green beans, so they never did anything. And yeah, I should have fenced it off, but I just haven't had time. And it's just how they go. So save on duck feed that way, I guess. I haven't heard any more from the doghouse contractors for the roof on the doghouse. I really thought when they came last week and talked about trying to work it in with days with no rain that they would have been working on it this past week, but I guess they're catching up other places. Um, I don't. Why do you have to drag stuff out of contractors? Why can they not tell you we think we'll be there whenever? I mean, it next week is going to be so busy, and you watch them show up next week, and I'm not going to be able to be here half the time. So, anyway, there's that. There's that. Um, there's several little festivals coming up in August now. August, uh, some of these are a little bit of a drive from Holstein House, but they're kind of fun. Multifest in Charleston, that's something they do all summer long. Multifest, but it's like different weeks. They'll do it here and there. Multifest is August the 3rd through the 6th in Charleston. I don't know what the focus. They have different themes, and I don't know what the theme for that one is. The Pinch Reunion. You wouldn't think it'd be a big deal, but there's a lot of people who trace their roots to Pinch, West Virginia, and the Pinch Reunion is a big thing. They had a lot of politicians go up there and try to get your votes and stuff on election years at the Pinch Reunion because there's so many people that are there. In Lewisburg's about an hour away. Our state fair is getting ready to kick off. The State Fair of West Virginia usually is kicking off the first week of August. I don't have that date. I do need to get that out and get it on here, but it is in Lewisburg. Well, it's actually in Fairleigh, but Fairleigh is out past Lewisburg by a few miles. It's a unincorporated community at the edge of Lewisburg. But the Lewisburg Literary Festival is August 4th through 6th as well. In Ravenswood, now Ravenswood is about an hour away as well. The Ravenswood Ohio River Festival, and Ravenswood sets on the Ohio River, and it's a festival that they're going to have up there. That's always festivals. I love festivals. I don't get to go to them hardly at all, but I love them. I love them. Festival of the Rivers in Hinton, and Hinton again is about an hour from me. But it's a fun little event to go to. St. Albans Heritage Festival is coming up on the 5th of August, and it's St. Albans about half hour, 45 minutes, depending on traffic. But St. Albans all sets on the Kanawha River, and that's usually a good fun time too. The where to go? Oh, Rails and Ales, ALES, Craft Beer Festival in Huntington. Huntington's about an hour away. Do you notice a theme? Some of these are really an hour drive from me. Rails and Ales Craft Beer Festival in Huntington. That's on August the 12th. Summerfest. Now, South Charleston is only about 25 minutes, depending on traffic from me. And that's Summerfest in South Charleston. It's fun. They always have carnival rides and stuff. It's a good time. That is the 16th through the 19th. So that's the second half of August. Hillbilly Days in Hamlin. Hamlin's about a half hour, 45 minutes from me. There's that Nat again. It's Hillbilly Days is a fun little event and a fun little cultural event down there. Parkersburg Homecoming. Parkersburg is again about an hour drive from me. And Appalachian Festival, first half of the Appalachian Festival in Beckley is from the 19th through the 20th of August. One of these days I'm going to get that Nat. I've had more trouble with, this time of year I have trouble with gnats and ants because I'm bringing in stuff to home can. Gnats get on sour foods, gnats get on sweet foods. I was canning some more using the steam canner. And I did record most of it. I'm not very good at recording these things, and I don't have a made for Pinterest or commercial kitchen or fancy video studio kitchen. I just have my own plain kitchen, and I did make some more watermelon rind, RIND, watermelon rind preserves day before yesterday. So with the watermelons, I do get the gnats, and the ants come in after if you don't get the slightest thing cleaned up. So I did have some issues with ants. I've got some of that. I did get some ant terror and got it out. So they're eating it up as we speak and taking it back to their little ant houses and stuff, and hopefully they'll be gone because I don't like having critters in the house. They can be outside all day long. They can be spiders and ants and gnats and stuff can be outside all they want. They need to just stay out of my own house because I don't like them. So I did make some more watermelon preserves, and this time I did add the maraschino cherries. Last time I didn't add it, so I have some little jelly jars, little tiny jelly jars. I've got some of the half pint jars, and I do have 1 pint jar because of the way it, we get the smaller watermelons, but it's hard to gauge exactly how much you have. So I just make whatever I have, and then when you load the jars up, you end up with a few little oddball ones. So that's what I ended up with. But I'm going to crack one of those open this weekend and make sure that it's good. I know it'll be good because it was good the last time. Let's see. Don't have anything really exciting going on other than those few things. We've got we'll still be working on the Ramsey house for a long time, getting that cleared out. I just have again, I had plans to take care of that, and now I have to reorganize my days. I do have my class that I've got to do some work on this weekend as well, and I did the lunch and learn. We didn't have an outside presenter for this Wednesday, so I did a yogurt workshop that went fine, and I'm going to do cream cheese next week as a follow up to the yogurt. So now you got your yogurt. What can you do? You can make cream cheese out of your yogurt. So I'm going to do that. I got to get all that done and make some cream cheese between now and Wednesday, so I can show it to everybody and get all that stuff, all those handouts and all that information worked up. I've got to finalize some speakers coming up for August. I think I have an extra empty date. I probably will do a sprouting class, sprouting seeds, like alfalfa and mung beans and stuff like that. And I got to get that all those drafted up. Are you using? I know one of the ladies in my Telegram group is using the cold wallet or the cold card for her Bitcoin. I need to ask her how that's going. I've been following the group on Telegram for cold wallet, and I'm seeing some folks being concerned about it. That their little wallets are getting locked up, and just every time I get ready to go ahead and order that, I see someone mention that something's wrong, and so I'm a little hesitant to drop in on it, and yet I still want to get it done. I need to get that wallet. I don't have a lot of Satoshi, but I want to get the wallet. I want to get my stuff off the web, or out of into my own custody, and I just have not been able to get that done yet either. But I'm curious if any of you guys have had any experience with Cold Card or one of the other wallets. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it, so that I can get mine. I want to get mine moved off the grid, if you want to call it that, off the web, into my own custody. I don't have a lot going on. The stuff with the church is still the stuff with the church. We still don't have a pastor. I'm still doing the Bible studies, Bibles and brunch. So I'm still doing a lot of that. I'm hanging. Well, I say it's not just me, but there's not very many of us. We're hanging on still. And those of you who do pray, I do ask you to pray that we can grow the church so that we can keep it alive and keep it moving and going. I'm doing the best I can, but I can't do all of it, and I don't have a lot of help with it. It's I don't like the phrase "it is what it is," but that fits here. Our pastor needs prayer as well. He's struggling with. He's got cancer that he's having treated, and he feels as though that will go fine. And I believe that he is correct. His wife has been ill, so we pray for her continually. But we need to grow our little church, not just butts in pews, and we need that as well. But we have a commission. The Lord has given us a commission for those of us who believe and follow Christ. We have a commission to share the gospel, and I feel like if the church closes, me individually, yeah, I could do that here. Not that all of you all want to listen to it, but I could do that here. I could do that through YouTube. I could do it on Rumble. I could do it on Facebook. I could do it on Noster. I can do that. But I feel that the church structure itself is the best way to do that, because that is the symbolic place so many people associate with hearing the word. If I can go stand on a street corner and preach, but I think people will tend to look at you as you're insane rather than a follower of Christ. And I think people will look to the church and say, I need to go there. So I really feel that it's very important to keep the building open, and we can't keep the building open with the few of us that are there now. Maybe it's his desire that that building close. I mean, I don't pretend to know. But for right now, it's we're still functioning. We're still a functioning church, and we will be as long as I can I can keep juggling everything. So I just those of you who pray, I ask you that you pray and that we can keep our little church going. Well, if you've made it this far, isn't been nothing earth shaking today that has happened, and if you've made it this far, I ask that you click the thumbs up and like the program, or um, it may not be a thumbs up; it may just be a like or a follow um, that that you have there, and subscribe if you haven't already so that we can talk later. I mean, I do every now and again come up with something that's worth listening to, and I am going to work a little harder. Not that I haven't, but I don't have as many um, resources right now to get guests in to speak. I'd love to have a few guests in to speak. If you have something relevant to share or that you would like to share, please reach out to me. I'd love to hear from you. You can reach out to me at robin@robinholstein.com, or you can leave a comment here, or you can go to robinholstein.com, the contact page, and contact me and talk and give me a word or two about what you'd like to share. And I'd love to have you on. Um, I do tend to not share like I should. That I have books out there on Amazon under Robin A. Holstein, because there's more than one Robin Holstein out there that has books out. I have a book called Everyday Upcycle. I think I've shared that with you guys before. Um, I don't have it here, do I? I had it because I was doing something else. Oh, no, I don't see it now. Everyday Upcycle. I have a book, an ebook called Nursery Rhymes Grandma Told Me. I have an ebook that is 25 favorite home cooked recipes. And then I have my original, my first book, Think Outside the Office, and those are all available on Amazon. I do have a cookbook uh, on robinholstein.com that you can download that is feeding your family on $10 a day, and those are recipes designed for people who are really, really struggling. Well, I mean, anybody could fix them, but they're designed for people who are really having a hard time in between paydays. They're not intended to be long term because they're soup based meals, and some of them have some high sodium content and stuff. So they're not keto friendly and all that stuff. But I need to do better. I need to have those within arm's reach so that I can show you. That's a weakness, a fault on my part, but um, I need to do that. But I've shared them here before. I do have multiple sites social media sites that you connect with me on Substack and Fountain and Facebook and Instagram and MeWe and Twitter and Rumble and Noster, and I even have one on Buy Me a Coffee, although the only thing I did was set it up and look around with it, but it's still there. So it's out there. But what I like to do is I like to talk about things. I like to talk about society and culture in West Virginia, and um, hosting your own Airbnb and helping people who want to try to host their own Airbnb from their home, or B&B in general. uh, what it's like to host from your home or from your property. Talk a little bit about current events and food preparation and storage and gardening and home repairs and stuff like that. I'm a little bit all over the place with those kind of things, but you know that some of you guys know that. So we're going to start wrapping up here, and I do appreciate you joining. I do appreciate you watching, and I hope you will drop a note just real quick and let me know that you did stop by, and let me know the type of things you would like to talk about in future episodes. So you, like I said, you can go to robinholstein.com and choose Holstein House from the menu if you want to book stay with us and direct book, because I do prefer a direct book. It saves you and me money. And check your dates there. I have a promo code for my podcast listeners and video watchers. You can use it too. Podcast 5 is a 5% discount off of your stay if you direct book to Robin Holstein at Holstein House. So you can save 5% off your direct book. We do accept Airbnb, and we also accept AirBTC. I'd love to have somebody do that one. We'll get that one worked out. We haven't had a AirBTC guest yet, but we're gonna call it a show there, because we've got all the topics covered for the day, and I do appreciate you coming, and I do appreciate you staying, and I do appreciate you liking and subscribing. And with that, I'll wish you a good day and say thank you. And we will see you again on Tuesday at 10. So we'll see you then. Bye-bye. So there you have it. Post your comments, do all that boosting, liking, sharing, thumbs up, and stuff that helps spread the word and poke the algorithms. Follow me on most of the big social media platforms and look for my name, Robin Holstein, or Holstein House. Till next time, bye-bye.